今回のバトルはこのクラスになると気になるブレーキフェード。
It had everything. Twin turbos, all-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, active aerodynamics, adjustable suspension. On paper, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT wasn't just a sports car, it was a spaceship disguised as one. And yet, instead of saving Mitsubishi, some say it became the perfect symbol of the company's downfall. Today, we're driving into the story of how Mitsubishi's most ambitious car became both its crown jewel and its cautionary tale. The early 1990s were a wild time for Japanese car makers. The economy was booming. The bubble era, a time where real estate and stock prices were greatly inflated, was in full swing, and manufacturers were locked in an arms race to build the most advanced machines possible. Toyota had the Supra, Nissan had the Skyline GTR, Mazda had the RX-7, Honda was flexing with the NSX, and Mitsubishi, they decided to go all in. Their answer was the GTO, known to the world as the 3000 GT. From the start, Mitsubishi was just trying to compete. They wanted to out-tech everyone else. And in many ways, they succeeded. The 3000 GT VR4 was loaded with tech: twin-turbo V6, all-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, electronically adjustable suspension, active aero panels that moved at speed. Things some supercars still don't have today. The problem? All of that made the car heavy, nearly 3,800 pounds, far heavier than its rivals. While the Skyline and Supra were raw and tunable, the 3000 GT felt more like a computer-controlled experiment. It was brutally fast in a straight line, sure, but when enthusiasts pushed it to its limits, many felt that the tech was getting in the way rather than sharpening the experience. The 3000 GT had every gadget imaginable except one thing that enthusiasts wanted the most, and that was purity. But beyond weight and performance, there was an even bigger problem: cost. All that advanced engineering came at a staggering price. By the late 90s, a fully loaded 3000 GT VR4 cost over 45 grand, more expensive than some Corvettes and pushing into Porsche territory. That was a bold ask for Mitsubishi, a company known more for economy sedans and commuter cars rather than high-performance flagships. I mean, of course, there's the Lancer Evolution, but still. The Supra and Skyline had reputations built on motorsport dominance. The RX-7 had rotary mystique. Even Honda's NSX had Ayrton Senna's fingerprints all over it. The 3000 GT, it didn't have the same cultural weight. It was brilliant, yes, but expensive brilliance under the wrong badge. And this is where the story turns darker. See, the 3000 GT itself didn't bankrupt Mitsubishi, but it came to represent the company's wider problems. Mitsubishi had overextended during the bubble years. When Japan's economy crashed in the early 90s, the cracks began to show. Then came the scandals. In the year 2000, Mitsubishi admitted to decades of hiding safety defects. They were forced into massive recalls and public apologies. Their reputation took a hit they never fully recovered from. Meanwhile, sales were falling worldwide. The brand's lineup grew stale, their finances tanked, and the 3000 GT quietly disappeared in 2000. In hindsight, the 3000 GT looked like the last gasp of Mitsubishi's ambition, a halo car built for an era that no longer existed. So did the 3000 GT kill Mitsubishi? Not exactly. The real culprits were their scandal, bad management, and economic collapse. But the 3000 GT is remembered as a symbol of that overreach, a car that embodied Mitsubishi's desire to prove itself against giants, but which ended up being too heavy, too complex, and too expensive for its own good. And yet, it's hard not to admire it. Because while everyone else was refining tried-and-true formulas, Mitsubishi was experimenting. They were pushing boundaries, asking, what if? Today, clean examples of the 3000 GT are climbing in value. People are finally starting to appreciate just how bold it was. Because love it or hate it, the 3000 GT showed that even Mitsubishi, the company that gave us commuter cars and family SUVs, once dreamed of building a supercar. So, maybe the 3000 GT didn't kill Mitsubishi, but it's the car that best tells the story of how a company can fly too close to the sun. Brilliant, ambitious, but ultimately unsustainable. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Mitsubishi's forgotten flagship, make sure to drop a like and hit subscribe. It helps us bring more of these hidden stories to life. What forgotten legends do you want us to cover next? Let us know in the comments. We're always digging for the overlooked and the obscure. Until next time, stay fast, stay curious, and never stop driving.